Good morning, good night, good evening, everyone.
Oh my god,
Good morning.
G'day.
it's perfectly early.
Triple
Open
shot.
advised, Dick.
Triple shot.
I'm drinking milk.
Hello, everyone.
What's
Hello.
up? Tick.
Kia ora. Kia ora.
I'm just going to type in general, give me a sec. AMA starting soon. Oh, it's a bit early for everyone on a Saturday morning, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
God, my kids aren't even up yet.
Oh,
So, yeah, just,
might have to wake them up soon.
well, I told V to can leave me alone. I'm in the office. You can deal with them.
If anyone
I've got
wants, if anyone wants to start asking questions, just start asking questions on AMA, and then we'll get to it soon. We'll just give it a few more minutes for people to join if they want.
Mhm.
Seems like our Asia time had a bigger crowd.
When was Asia time?
Well, what time we did last time? We did it
11.
Yeah,
That's still pretty good.
yeah. Because it's like 4 a.m. in the Philippines
Yeah.
or something, or 3 a.m.
I think yeah. If anyone has any questions, just start shooting them away. And we'll answer them soon. We'll give it like 1 or 2 more minutes. I'm not sure if you guys were here the last 2 AMAs, so we've already done our introduction like 2 times, and I don't think we're going to do an introduction today.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything.
But yeah,
Although we're gonna add it to
Yeah.
the website.
Well,
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna
good.
add some profiles.
Yeah.
Some non-funny ones, some real ones.
Some serious business.
Dude, you guys missed out on docs. We had a docs party earlier, man. Both me and Docs were doxing.
Yeah.
Straight doxing.
Straight pictures were hot. Big Papa Spree showed us some fat Spree photos. Big poppin'.
Ah, baby.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting hot now. We got 15. I think
Hell
we should.
yeah, hot.
I think we should start with 15 people and see if it grows. And yeah,
Yeah, man.
if the mods can just remind general chat that there's AMA on, that'll be great.
Sweet as.
Do you want to do the questions or
Is that me or Indok?
Indok? Or do you want me to do it? I can do it.
Okay. You start.
All right,
I'll catch up.
Murky asks, do we have a marketing plan, and is it being activated right now? Yeah, I can answer that, I guess, since the brew just woke up. Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we have a marketing plan, which was from the start was just really organically grow this community. At the start, we really believed that organic was the only way, so we didn't really do the invitation contest or anything, and we're just trying to keep it more like trying to invite like people that will build like personal relationships into the community. That's why we're running, events like quiz nights and weekly AMAs. In terms of what we're doing out there for marketing, if you've been here earlier, we collaborated with Octoheads, Bubble Buds, Pointless Pigeons, and our latest collab was NFT Llama and what was the name of the one recent? How do you pronounce it?
I don't think anyone can pronounce it.
Yeah. So
Something Kingdom.
Yeah, and we're really trying to collab with other partners to get our name out there. And also, obviously, we've been listed on NFT Calendar. Our latest listing was actually on Rarity Tools. We got listed yesterday, I think yesterday morning Asia time. So yeah, we're going to continue to market our project that way, and hopefully people will start catching on, and yeah, spread the word.
Yeah, we've got next 24 hours. We've got a YouTuber called Dexter.eth. He's releasing a video about us. It'll be part of like a 5-project series that he's reviewing, and I believe we should be first in that video. So when we get the link, we'll drop it to you guys. So that's pretty exciting. NFT Llama, we've got another kind of giveaway that will be activated later in the year. So that's another one. It was like a two-part collab with them.
And I think the community really does, help with marketing as well, because every time we post something, we put it on odd raids, and we just want more and more of you guys to spread the word and let more eyes see our project. So Mark, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Mark Pacheco. Where's the project based from? Come on, one of you lads.
New Zealand represent. No, we're global. We're global.
Yeah.
So,
I'm in
me
the UK.
Indocs in the UK. Me, Technical Todd, and D-Rog are in the New Zealand, aka the future. And then Faded is in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of projects and like founders actually coming out of New Zealand. I mean, if you guys know VV, it's like a platform. The founder's actually from New Zealand, and they're doing very well. Murky, will long-term holders get benefits, extra benefits to reward HODL gang?
Okay.
Yeah. I think if you were here last week, we spoke about bringing value to our holders. If you read our phase 4 and phase 6 of our roadmap, I know it's a bit more mysterious at the moment, but we kind of explained it last week, where phase 4 is about collecting items that you don't know how you're going to get it. You're going to get it. It's about collecting these items that bring different utilities, which opens up to phase 6. So we don't really want to give too much alpha out there, but we definitely have plans to add value to holders. And if you specifically want to know more about, like, are we going to bring out tokens or, games or whatever that people asked last week, we mentioned this briefly last week, which, for the bigger plans, we really want to do it in our Roadmap 2.0. And what we're really wanting to achieve in Roadmap 1.0 is to show the community that we're capable and competent enough to achieve what we set out to do. So, any other questions? Are you going to Murky asked, are you going to do a collab with Mike Nolan show? Anyone know who Mike Nolan is?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, I'm sorry, Murky, we don't know who he is. Maybe you can give us some alpha.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can reach out to him. Haven't heard about him though.
It's that Australian cartoon. It's like the
Oh, so good.
yeah,
That is so
yeah,
good.
yeah. And there's like the alien and dude and shit. Oh, there wasn't the other one, but like it's the guy that made Big Les show.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We would absolutely love to do a collab with those guys.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I think someone came in earlier when you guys were still sleeping. They're like, "Oh, are you guys doing any partnerships with Lava Labs?" I'm like, "Dude, we'd love to do a fucking collab with Lava Labs. Get some fucking punks into the community."
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're up for any collab, right? Just like I think we're getting to that point now, though. We need to be a bit more picky, I think, with our partnerships, because it all has to, at the end of the day, it has to benefit us as well as benefiting the other team. So, partnerships, I think, have been one of our best ways for organic growth so far, I think.
Yeah.
I think coming on top of what Technical is saying is, like for example, I'm not throwing any shade, but you know, like there's big communities out there that we collab with, and you know the reaction we're getting from our community and their community is very vastly different. So we're gonna have to choose who we collab with, to get the reaction we kind of want, because I think we have a very committed and a very healthy community at the moment. You know, there's a lot of engagements. There's a lot of individuals coming back every day, every night to talk.
Yeah, we got the loyal Oddies.
We do.
It's sick. Yeah, I mean, I think our numbers are just under 2K, but I feel like we're louder and more active than servers that are like around 5K, you know? So
Yeah, definitely feel
I don't see anyone talking about the bot issue really in other servers, right? I don't see anyone going like, "Oh, we're kicking out all the bots," because you know that they're botted, and like
yeah,
I think
sure.
that's something that's definitely it's keeping our numbers down a little, but it's also something that's keeping us 100% genuine, and keeping our engagement 100% genuine.
Yeah, I think
Because we're kicking the bots. We don't want that shit, you know.
yeah we kicked about over. I think we have about 500 at least bots already. Indoc and I and Davu the other day went through one by one, right clicking, making sure they're bots and kicking them one by one.
Yeah.
The nothing asks, what are Skellys? Give me the alpha. Must have
Wait,
alpha.
you missed
Yeah.
Murky's.
Oh, Murky's. Oh,
Will
yes,
you see some Oddies have the same kind of traits, or is everything completely unique?
I think Technical. You can go on that.
Yeah. So obviously these are generated. They're programmatically built from a full library of traits. But at the end of the day, our trait count is massive. It's getting up there. If we start to count all of the hidden traits and all that sort of thing, it's getting up to 600, 700. By the time we finally launch, it's like, yeah, who knows where we'll be. On top of that, you're going to have this whole process where I'm making sure that the uniqueness of each image is over a certain threshold. So they're going to be as unique as they can possibly be for a image based layered based images. So yeah, we're really trying hard to make these things super unique, because we want you guys to have an item which is yours. It's not just one of thousands at the end of the day. So yeah, that's something we're really trying to make that this a bit more of a collectible piece and not just one of many. I think it's the way.
Yeah, and I think like when we're going through the batches that get uploaded, like when I'm scrolling through them, I'm just like, every single one of these looks different and like in its own sick way. So I think that kind of shows a lot of the collection.
It's really wild. Like, we're on the team, and yeah, when I'm looking through them, I'm just like, they're just incredible, honestly.
Yeah, super sick.
And I think on top of what Technical Todd was saying, that there's actually hidden traits. So when you're asking about unique, we have like over 400 completely unique. They are not the same. And I think we have close to over 150, 200 hidden traits, which is just a change of color or a change of patterns. So those are hidden traits.
The Nothing, who has his second D, by the way, Ayo,
Nice.
says what are
Double
Skellys?
D.
Double D. What are Skellys?
Who are the Skellys? Who are they? So you won't have to wait long. After this, after the AMA, we'll be posting the next part of the lore, which dives deep into how Skellys came about. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting and have some more sneak peeks.
Yeah, I mean, have a look at Rarity Tools if you can't really hold your horses.
Yeah.
I think. How do you pronounce your name? It's like Aekr. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher your name, but Aekr asked, "Is this project, the Odd District, a long-term project? Like on the following years, there will be a new set of Oddies as well. And if it's definitely long-term, do you see this project run for 5 or 10 years or more?" Yeah, I think we spoke about this, and yeah, I can say that when we originally started this project, we started adding more and more people into a team because we wanted to make this into the vision that we envision it to be. Like, we wanted to make this perfect. We want to spend the time on the details, and we picture this to be a product that we can build on the next 3, 5, 10 years, like we said over the past few weeks. But yeah, I mean, it all starts with the community. Like we're gonna try. We're gonna provide everything we can. We're gonna build the product we want to build. But we also want to build a very solid community that can continue this journey and ride this ride with us for the next 5 years if you're willing to be around. And I think on top of a new set of Oddies, do we want to? No. Let's just keep it at that. Yeah, we're gonna continue.
You are the king of leaks.
Yeah.
There's another question further down.
Quickly move on before freshly faded leaks the whole project.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In the private chat, we have to hold faded back a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I can't say this.
Sadalka.
Oh my god.
Sadalka for.
Sure. It says, with regards to phase 5, any vision or elaboration of physical marketing presence, aka art pop-ups, a la marketing people?
Yep. I mean, yep. Because one other thing that I always spoke about is like, it'll be so sick to have like, all the owners, not all the owners, or whoever the owners that want to contribute, will, if the funding allows us, we want to have pop-up art galleries, all around the world. Like, it doesn't have to be like a long-term thing. It could be a 1 week like short-term rental of the space, and we can do a pop-up like gathering where people in that space can, in that city or in that country, can go visit and check out all these Oddies. But we spoke about it connects with our community wallet, which is also up to the community to vote what we will do with that money. So it could be a pop-up store, pop-up art gallery. It could be a full-blown advertisement on a billboard. It's really up to you guys to really dictate where we go with the marketing presence.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see us push into real life as well.
Yeah.
With things like the merch, which we're already getting samples for. You guys are going to see this stuff. It's looking amazing. Also, I'm currently chatting to some friends that I have, which are a bunch of graffiti artists out of Bali, and they're planning on doing some graffiti images for us of the Odd District characters, just things like that, and just trying to make ourselves more real and off of the web, and I think that's really going to be a key turning point for us. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We've started to reach out to billboards or digital billboards in Times Square. I think it'd be pretty sick to have like a massive Oddy in Times Square. But these are like small windows of like an hour. But yeah, we're making those connections. Just closer to the launch, it's kind of things that will probably ramp up.
Yeah, if you look at I think really early into our art section, Humble JPEG made I think made an image of the Oddies on a big billboard in New York, and that looks so sick.
It looks so cool.
Oh, good.
Where are we up to? Sorry, I scrolled somewhere.
Right, Steph says, are there more than these different kinds of Oddies, regular exploded Skellys?
So hungry for the alpha.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There could be. Yeah, we actually had another idea last night, and it kind of just opened up this whole different kind of branch of our universe. So it's pretty exciting. Like, the great thing about this is we can just keep building, and like every idea is like a good idea that we need to explore. So, the project is growing within itself. So that's kind of the exciting part. So I guess just watch this space, Steph. Probably be pleasantly surprised.
Steph again with, will there be a difference between the different kind of Oddies besides their looks, like in the future of the roadmap, phase 4, 6, etc.?
I guess that kind of ties into the last question.
Yeah, that was kind of what you just
Yeah.
said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a general, as a really rough outline, it's like we're thinking that there definitely are specific NFTs that give you specific benefits. To put it as loosely as possible.
The nothing asked, any knowledge about the Red Ape family show, and is something like that anything you guys have an interest in for this project? Here's a synopsis of it. The Red Ape family is the first animated comedy series in the known universe built around and starring NFTs. It is also the first show of its kind where episodes are sold as NFTs.
I think that other one, that thing that Mila Kunis did, it was similar,
Stoner
right?
Cats. Yeah.
It's like weekly.
I really see this as an animated series at the end of the day. That was when we first started doing this. I was like, man, this would actually make a really sick little cartoon,
Yeah,
so, like, I think for us, it's just like, we could do anything, Roadmap 2.0, this is like, that's when the big things start happening. It's quite hard now to do those big things. That's why we want to do the small, achievable, really solid ideas. So then once with this, this thing happens, Roadmap 1, we've done it, everyone's seen that, and then we just go, boom, Roadmap 2.0, it's like, it's possibly cartoons, it's possibly some metaverse something, it's who knows, it's breeding of Oddies, it's who knows, we could do absolutely anything then.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm scrolling.
Sorry, I just inhaled my wine. Kind of
Down
lost
it.
track.
Down it.
I just coughed for about 10 minutes.
My favorite coffee is a flat white coffee.
It's your favorite sort of
down away.
like 720.
Run fast McChunky. What? Fast McChunky. What other NFT projects would you compare yourself to?
No one.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
But honestly,
No one at all.
Have you seen anything that looks like Oddies?
I think it comes down to
I guess
if you're talking about
fundamentals.
pure artistic, form of it, I don't think it's anything in comparison in the market. From the details we put into each trait, each Oddy. I mean, D-Rod can elaborate on this, on how his thoughts go down, when creating Oddies.
And the combination of the layering system with the wizard behind the scenes, I haven't seen many projects doing the same sort of thing, to create such a unique collection of NFTs. So yeah,
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like, most projects are just downloading the layering code that they can find online and just going, here's my traits and make an image. Like we're custom building this. Like I don't know. It's hard to actually sort of explain. I really need to kind of go into it more. But if you guys haven't seen, definitely jump onto my Twitter. There's a couple of posts. I'll repost those in the AMA chat now. But it's just like the level that we're going to make these images what they are is insane. There's over, I think it's currently over about 1,500 lines of code, just talking about how these traits work with one another and how these interact and the layering and all of that. Like there is some serious process happening for these images. So that's something that we need to get out there. I think maybe a little more.
oh for sure, we need to push that.
Yeah, I mean, technical
Strong point.
Todd actually like literally cuts up like one image into different layers and set the code to like put them in different times.
Yeah. And it's every kind of pixel we analyze, and if one tiny thing doesn't look right, then we'll make sure it's all cleared up and just sits right.
Or just cut it. Just go.
Yeah. It's not up to scratch.
Mark asked what kind of merch is in the works.
Leaks.
I mean, we kind of mentioned it, right? Did we not mention it last week?
It's just that currently there's some crazy awesome pieces that we're thinking about making, but there's also going to be t-shirts, there's going to be hoodies, there's going to be hats. All these things are currently we're getting samples for, which we'll be showing in the coming week or two. So yeah, it's not just t-shirts though. You know what I mean? It's going to be some really really exciting custom pieces that you guys your minds are going to be blown when you see this stuff.
Yeah, can't wait to show you.
Hopefully in the next week or two, I can leak some shit. Ever think about 3D IRL figures as the holder benefits in the future? I mean, that also comes down to what the community wants. I mean, figures does take quite some time, and you need to find the right production to do it. I mean, I personally know a few people that actually do figures in Asia and Hong Kong, but yeah, it all really depends what the people want. Got to give the people what they want.
Little Oddy figures. That'd be pretty sick.
So I think his name is Iker. Sorry,
Iker.
It's Acre.
Would there be a unique Oddy that is...
Acre, I reckon Acre.
Acre, okay, his name's Acre. Will there be a unique Oddy that is so unique it's basically one of a kind? Like there isn't a part of it that has been reused, recolored, rearranged.
Oh yeah.
Leak it.
We've got some one-on-ones on the go that are definitely separate from the collection. They're on a whole other intensity level compared to the normal Oddies, and not taken away from the normal Oddies because they're pretty intense on their own as well. But these ones are. I'm excited for some lucky people to get these one-on-ones because I'm putting a bit of time into them. So
yeah, D-Rod showed the rest of the team the first one-on-one.
Second.
And second.
I threw up.
This one.
Oh, okay. Fuck, maybe I missed it.
Well, the I don't. Yeah, it's the second one.
Okay, sweet. Oh yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay,
I remember.
Yeah, almost finished the third one.
It literally
touches.
took me 5 to 10 minutes to digest. Like it's just you can't digest it by looking at it. It's insane.
And that's one of my goals, is to get people to actually investigate these pieces, rather than just flicking through and having a quick glance at them. I want people to stop and be like, fuck.
Yeah, what the
Let's have a
fuck?
fucking decent little look at this and try and figure out what's going on,
Yeah. Even though with some of the traits that D-Rog's done like now, if you like zoom in the details, you find some pretty like crazy cool stuff that you won't see if you don't zoom in.
Yeah, there's definitely some hidden things in there for people to find on their own.
Yeah, it's insane.
Have we thought about influencers or distributing out sneak peeks to popular Instagram accounts for shout outs? Actually, a lot of you can't see me because I'm not on camera. I'm doing the whole speech mark thing. Yeah, a lot of influencers has actually reached out to us, asking if we can after asking if they can promote us, but they're asking for like ridiculous money. And we've hit up some influencers. We talked to the official NFT Instagram page. They wanted to charge $35,000 for a post. So I mean, like, it comes back around in full circle that we really want to grow this thing organically. And if influencers come across our project and genuinely like what we're doing, they will actually post for free. They will actually advertise for free. They will market it for us. Whereas, if we're really reaching out to these so-called influencers, they want a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, you soon start to realize that these influencers have their own inner circle, and kind of, if you're in that inner circle, they'll kind of, I guess, pump each other's projects. So it's hard from the outside kind of getting into that circle. So it's either that or they're just asking for ridiculous money. So it's a hard balance to find. But I'm sure once we keep growing, there'll be more interest in the Odd District.
Acre says body fucking hell. Excuse me. Body pillow Oddy? Question mark. Which I just thought was
Body pillow.
I reckon like a life size snuggie
Yeah, it's
Oddy.
gotta be life size.
They're kind of skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
You can wrap it around yourself more times. It's like a scarf.
Holy shit, we should do like an Oddy onesie that's just like full size and you get to zip it up all the way past your face.
It's with the eye holes, right?
Yeah. Alright, I'm writing that down.
That's in the upcoming samples.
That'd be sick.
Anyone got any other questions? Keep it organic.
Wask says, will D-Rog tattoo my Oddy? How do you
I'll
mean?
tell you
Your
anytime,
body?
guys.
Yeah, just roll up, Wask.
Yeah.
You know where to
Fly
take
to
Tattoo
New
Studio
Zealand.
is.
There you go.
Like I'm borderline keen, get a little Oddy tattoo. It'd be kind of sick.
I'm 100% keen.
We should just all get a different trait each.
Yeah.
If we sell out, we're getting a different trait each. 100%.
I have to go pretty big with them to get the details, eh? Maybe just do the heads or something.
Just a full back piece.
Yeah.
That would be pretty gnarly.
That's
Oddy onesie, yeah.
that's pretty much it. I know. Murky says, how do you guys all know each other? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I personally know all of these guys, throughout, my youth. I think Indoc is the connection through me. Indoc's a real good friend of my wife's, and yeah, I think that's how we all connected. And we just got to work with each other over the past 3.5 months now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
3.5
sure.
months now, and we just keep building on this relationship.
Yeah, I think we're definitely part of like a wider mutual friends circle. I think we've crossed paths at one stage or another, and some are closer with others. So yeah.
So, anyone else?
Yeah. Any other questions? Is there anything we haven't covered that we wanted to cover tonight? Because I'm screen recording, so if you want to look at the list. Because I think some of you guys asked some good questions that we were gonna actually tell you about it later on.
The list we've pretty much covered.
Here's this one, this new question.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Are there plans to burn supply? Maybe cut it down so they're more rare and the demand is higher. So there's a few ways to do this. You know, I was chatting about it in general a couple of days ago. It's a tough one because you really don't want to go into the project. You need a plan ahead, I suppose, is the best way to say it. Is because at the end of the day, if you don't sell out and then you want to and then all of a sudden you're left with 2,000 tokens. In order to actually burn the tokens, you need to mint the tokens to burn them. So that would require the team then minting every single one of those tokens. So that's all of that gas, and then you need to send them to a burn address, which is all of that gas. But on top of that, it's problematic because you need to write into the actual contract how many tokens the dev is allowed to actually mint. And I don't really I think it's kind of a bad look for us to write into the contract that we can mint unlimited tokens. That's not really that it's not really that cool, Usually the team will say, hey, look, we're gonna put in we're gonna say 200, 300 team tokens will be for the team, and that's it. And then we can't mint any more from that contract. The rest are all public, and they have to be minted from a public wallet. I'm just reading this here. If those tokens are not signed to the site, can they not be? No, they can't be cancelled because you put in before you launch the contract and before you publish it, you put a total amount of tokens into there. You could write into the contract that the dev can change that number, but once again, that's kind of shady because then I could go and say we mint out, sweet, the project's doing really well. Then I go, actually, the Odd District now want to do another 10,000 and then change that. That's not cool. You know what I mean? No one wants that. So you really need to be super specific about what people can mint, how many people can mint, and you have to then be careful because if we say to everyone, hey, we're going to do this burn thing, that may end up costing us so much, and I don't really think it's that beneficial burning the tokens at the end of the day. You just want to. I think if all of a sudden the market was so bare that we didn't even think we were going to sell out, 2,000, I don't think we'd even launch the project. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we really want to read the market. We want to make sure things are pumping and that it's correct. The engagement for the project is high because we don't want to have to resort to these sort of backyard tactics to make our project more profitable. We want it to be profitable through proper means, proper engagement, people loving the project. But in saying that, we're always watching the market currently, and we're seeing what other projects are doing, and we're seeing how they're going. We're watching those top tier projects currently and seeing how well they're doing, and we're taking note. So it's watch this space because things change fast. So
Nice.
Waste gas. Do you have any plans to give the NFT utility? For example, you can stack SVS for blood to buy champagne. Of course, this coming from Waste. He is a vampires fanboy. Yeah, we talked about tokens that without proper planning of tokenomics or how your tokens work in the economy, it's kind of hard to just like it's not kind of hard. It's really easy to launch a ERC20 contract, but to have the tokenomics right, to have an economy for it, it's it has to be a bigger plan. And I think like what SVS is doing, they're partnering up with a lot of real world companies, projects where they can use their tokens. So there's ways to actually spend that token. But we're not like completely writing off tokens, but it will just be in our roadmap 2.0 if we're going to do something big like that.
It's about connections as well. Like these, like SVS can do it because they're riding off the back of connections from BC and all that sort of thing. It's like we are fresh, we're new, we want to be big, so we're going to do what it takes to get there. But yeah, things like tokens and stuff, it can so easily just become a waste of time.
Yeah, and you're dipping into like the territory of, is it going to be a security like you've got Coinbase NFT market that it's going to come in really rustle some feathers? And personally, I think straight off the bat, I don't think they're going to take any projects that offer this kind of, quote unquote passive income kind of token utility. I think that's why Basey have got some lawyers in at the moment, and they're really trying to kind of iron out, the legal stuff to that side of things. So we're definitely watching that part.
Yeah, it's like if it's going to be illegal in the States, they're definitely not going to do it. They want to market to them, and currently the States has a lot of laws around securities and that sort of thing, especially currently you have to have a completely specific Binance account, like I don't think Coinbase wants to go and do a separate NFT marketplace just for certain countries and stuff like that. So they're going to be pretty strict on the things that they allow in there for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, OpenSea hasn't really had a good run in terms of like publicity. They've had a few hiccups, so I think they're there for the taking for other marketplaces to really kind of, flex their muscles and see if they can push into that.
Yeah, and I think that leads on to as well why we want to launch on Ethereum, because that's the first blockchain that Coinbase is targeting. So if we're going to see this NFT bull market continue through the launch of Coinbase marketplace, it's definitely going to be on Ethereum, and it's going to be these big blue chip NFTs that take off. So that's sort of what we're targeting,
Yeah, and I mean, everyone hates gas at the moment, but when ETH 2.0 comes around eventually, you're just going to see NFTs just absolutely skyrocket. Like I have no doubt about it. So that's why we want to launch on Ethereum, because we're looking at the long-term vision of this project too.
Sure.
I don't know if that's a question, but Murky said that the potential of this law is endless. We can literally have comics in the future and NFTs can shoot up.
Yeah, man. Comics would be sick.
Yeah. I think the Oddies are just like he said, it's endless, The looks of the Oddies, can just fit into comics and fit into a cartoon. It can fit into merch.
Yeah, it could fit into games, if we make the right connections. It'd be sick.
Agree comics, blah, blah, blah. What are the team's favorite NFT projects? I think we all got different NFT projects that we like. I mean, my favorite one's Oddy, because I'm really deep into Oddy, on the Oddy community.
Yeah, I mean, Bored Ape Yacht Club is a no-brainer. They're just so sick, and the Mutant Apes as well. And yeah, I've got a few Oddies too. I really dig the art. Yeah, I think community and Oddies like really, really solid.
And even like artists like Beeple and park, you know, they do some amazing stuff that, like, you know, it's not a generative projects, but, you know, they're still big players in the space. Do you have plans to try reduce gas fees? I don't really think it's up to us to reduce gas fees.
Nothing we can do. At the end of the day, you know, the gas you pay is based upon the minting.
Traffic. Yeah.
It's based on the minting function in the contract, which they're all pretty much, you know, every contract's pretty much the same. And then you're a puppet to the system, really. You know, like Ethereum gas prices are just going to be what they are at the time we launch. There's not much you can do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think there's a few ways, but it's just pretty much filtering the traffic of, like, you know, when people mint. It's kind of just slowing that process down, so you don't have like thousands of people just jumping in trying to mint at once. That's kind of what causes gas prices to go crazy.
And I think the only thing we can really do is just extend a longer period of, like, pre-sale and sale time, where people have a longer period to mint our NFTs.
Yeah, that's the one, right? Just have a big whitelist pre-sale window, which is like maybe like a week long or something like that, and it allows everyone just to do it in their own time. And I think as well, like, another thing that I've really been thinking is just like, you know, we just need to try and get as many people whitelist as possible. You know, as many of you guys out there that want whitelist, like, we're trying to make it accessible. We don't want it to be too easy, obviously, because it just defeats the purpose. We need to use, you know, at the end of the day, we need to use the community as marketing, and we need you guys to engage. But it's like, we haven't made it hard to get whitelist, so I think it's like, if you can get whitelist, you know, just go for it, and you should have an easy time minting when we finally do release.
Spree said a project Toy Boogers was able to reduce gas for everyone throughout their contract. I mean, we can look into the contract, and, you know, most contracts are public, and we can have a look into what they did specifically.
Yeah, I think our contract's about, I think for 10, we were testing it. It was about 0.08 for 10. So it wasn't super high, but yeah, I'll have a look into that. Cheers, Spree.
Anyone got any more questions? I think we're gonna do, till the hour mark. See you later, Wask.
Later, dude.
Thanks, mate.
Any other questions?
Should we just, if there's no more questions, should we just release the law and then just see if people want to talk about that, and we can discuss them? Discuss that?
Yeah, we'll just post the law and see if people want to read it, and we can discuss it quickly in here.
Okay, hold up. Jesus.
With the video. Should I post the video on Twitter and get people engaged right now?
Yeah. Let's do all the bits. So we'll hang out with you, and we'll post all the lore, and we'll show you what the Skellys are all about.
Skellys.
Skelly baby.
Skelly baby. Let's go.
If we got those Skelly images, maybe drop them in the AMA channel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to? I'll just put the lore up.
Yeah, I'll chuck them in there.
Yeah, you check it. And I'll post the video on Twitter, and I'll link Twitter. I need to find a video though.
Maybe post that lore first, and then I'll chuck these images in there. Just let people have a quick read.
Nothing knows what's up.
So, at the end of the day, the Skellys are they're a subclass, they're a subspecies of Oddy, similar to how the Exploded are another genetic mutation. The Skellys are a separate genetic mutation that has happened to the Oddys through the TC99 radiation poisoning, I suppose it is. So we're going to have these Skellys as part of the collection. They're going to be generated alongside all of the other images. And it's, here's a little alpha leak. It's like this isn't the end for new subspecies of Oddies as well. We've got some other stuff up our sleeves. But yeah, these are the Skellys, and we think they're fucking pretty amazing. And we're looking forward to seeing what you guys think. So I'll drop them in there now.
You guys posted it? Because I'm ready to post this Twitter post.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Oh my god, that
Wow.
mushroom head, that mushroom dome is insane.
Yeah, look at that dome.
We
Incredible
found
dome.
the Skellys. Where is our man?
Yes.
Oh, nothing. He's here. He found the Skellys.
I'm just putting these emojis in. It takes so long. You gotta like shortcut them to your keys though. It's so much easier.
Oh, it's worse when you do it on your phone, because say if you typed out everything on your phone and you add the emoji, it will always add at the very end of what you wrote.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're going to release a little bit of lore that Ari wrote as well, and that talks about these guys. Yeah, we think they're epic. It's going to be really, really cool to see how these guys develop in the story and also in the collection itself.
Okay, I can't fit emojis because we're at
I mean,
character capacity.
I mean, look at them. You can literally see through them and see the background. It's insane. Even the dome. If you guys like look into the dome, that's the detail that we put into. You can literally see through the dome and into the background. And by the way, that's not a crown on the blue Skelly. It's a Christmas party hat.
Yeah, that's one of our hidden traits.
I was just talking to people. Apparently, outside of New Zealand and UK, people don't know what Christmas crackers are. So I was explaining the Christmas hat.
That's
It's
where I
made
got the
from
idea from.
like this crepe paper, and then when you pull the cracker, you can put it on your head.
You get these terrible fucking party
Of
hats
course,
that
you know that, Murky. You're a Brit.
you have to wear at Christmas
Good
time.
old England. Yeah, it's a very UK thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I'm just searching Christmas party hat now, and I just assumed that every image would be those Christmas cracker hats, but it's definitely not.
Right?
That's so funny.
I
Yeah,
just
that's
figured it out
hilarious.
today that these aren't even popular outside of where we're
Yeah.
from, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm posting the tweet now.
Yeah, sweet. So the lore's up now.
Let me link the tweet and you guys can have a look, because oh, you leaked both Skellys. That's right. If you guys want to have a look at this promo video, go retweet it, tweet it, hashtag
Let's
it,
raid it.
rate
Raid it.
That's what we need
Let's go,
in
let's
market.
go.
Go raid this tweet. Do it.
It's almost quiz time if you're thinking of leaving.
Yeah, we're gonna
Don't
follow up
everyone?
the quiz. Let's see how many people turn up. It's like,
I mean, do I jump into the quiz again? I don't know.
join up. You're not drunk this time.
It wasn't good for my self-esteem last week.
Let me retweet this. We found the Skellys. Yeah, we're gonna do our weekly quiz, like pretty much straight after this, because it's getting pretty late here in Hong Kong. Yeah, for those that want to join, jump in. There's prizes up for Gap grabs. See you later, Murky. Thanks for dropping by.
See ya.
Sweet. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Read the law.
Alright.
Engage in the tweets.
Yeah,
Yeah, get the raids on.
do what you gotta do, lads and girls.
Thanks, guys.
Beauty.
Sweet, thank you.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
See you later.
Peace.